Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We are going to start our new topic, which is actually a counting of erythrocytes. How many number of RBCs are present in few drops of the blood in a patient? So we will count number of RBCs, red blood cells, by using new bar chamber in our laboratory. Again, I am saying that to nowadays number of automated analyzers are available in market, which is actually enough and appropriate for the counting of RBCs. So this method is actually is now in use is rarely. So let's start about the counting of erythrocyte in manual way, same as from our previous lecture. We will discuss about the principle of erythrocyte count, and we will calculate the erythrocyte count, and then we will see the significance of clinical significance of RBCs counting, and we will also discuss about normal range of RBCs in different age groups. So how we are going to study? We are going to count RBCs. The red cells are diluted with diluting fluid and counted in the 80 tiny scales of the central big scale of counting chamber. We have used central big scales of new bar chamber for the counting of WBCs in our last lectures. But in this method for the counting of RBCs, we will use central big scale along with a very tiny scales. You have already studied at around 80 tiny scales are present in the central big scale. So we will count the RBCs in the central big scale. Please keep in mind that it is very important point that for the counting of RBCs we will use the central big scale. We will use central big scale of Newbar chamber, which is, in which actually 80 tiny scales are present. So why dilution is important? Dilution is important because blood, a single drop of blood is highly concentrated with RBC, so we are unable to count number of RBCs easily in the chamber, because concentration or rush of the RBCs can interfere in the counting, or RBCs will be too much to count. So we will dilute. First of all, we will dilute the sample, and then we will charge it on Newbar chamber. So obviously we are using diluting fluid, which is actually not used for the lysis of RBCs. So we cannot use Turk solution for the counting of WBCs. We cannot use Hickelsman fluids for the dilution of for the counting of RBCs. So let's discuss how we can prepare our dilution. We can use Thoma white cell pipette, and we can dilute our sample outside of the Thoma cell pipette, and we will use Newbar chamber, Newbar counting chamber. We have already studied in our previous lecture. Then we will use diluting fluid, which is actually a formal citrate. Another reason is why we are using this diluting fluid, because we have to avoid the clotting of sample. So without clotting and to dilute the sample, we need a formal citrate for the exact counting of RBCs in a single sample. So what is the procedure of this whole counting? We will draw a sample at up to zero point 0.5 marks in Thoma cell pipette. Then we will dilute it with up to 200 marks in Thoma cell red cell pipette. This is actually a dilution which is present inside the Thoma cell pipette. We have to make a dilution of 200. So for the dilution for 200 for the dilution figure at 200, or for the to dilute the sample with the ratio of 1 into 200, we can use test tube. what we can do, we will add 0.02 milliliter of blood. We will mix 0.02 milliliter of blood to zero point 0.4 milliliter of formal citrate. There is a huge difference in the volume as compared to our previous lecture. There is huge difference in the concentration of the dilution fluid, where is a huge difference in the even diluting fluid as well. So we will mix the blood with zero point zero 0.02 milliliter of we will mix the zero point zero 0.02 milliliter of blood with zero point 0.4 zero point 0.4 ml of formal citrate. So this will make a dilution of 1:200. So this is actually a ratio. We can prepare it in test tube as well. So after preparation in test tube, we gently mix or rotate the or we will leave it for few minutes. Then after then we will add few drops on the Nubar chamber, and this is actually a charging of chamber. So after charging of chamber, we will place cover slip on the chamber. Please keep in mind that we should use cover slip which is provided with the Nuba chamber. We should not use commercial other cover slips which are normally available in our laboratory. So after a few minutes we can count RBCs in central big scale, in only central big scale, which is actually consists of many small or 80 tiny scales of central 80 tiny scales. So we will count RBCs, number of RBCs, by using our microscope in central big scale. So after counting we will calculate the RBCs. So how we can calculate the number of RBCs? We can calculate the number of RBCs in 1 cubic millimeter of blood, as we will multiply the counted number of cell with dilution. And you have studied that dilution factor here is 200. So we will multiply the counted cell, counted red blood cells or manually counted cell with 200, and then after multiplication we will divide this whole with volume counted. So total volume counted, then we will divide with total volume counted of Nubar chamber. So how we can find the volume of counter? So 5 multiplied by zero point 0.2. 5 actually a number of tiny boxes in a row, and the zero point 0.2 is a length and the width of each tiny square. So 5 into zero point 0.2 multiply by length into width. So 5 boxes, 5 tiny boxes multiply by zero point 0.2 for each tiny box, and length of each tiny box and the width of each tiny box is also zero point 0.2, and then depth or height of the each tiny square is actually 0.1. So we can find the volume of whole large square, central big square, through this phenomena. So after multiplication or proper calculation or proper counting, we can calculate the number of RBCs in a blood sample through this phenomena. Please keep in mind the unit will be 1 cubic millimeter. So normal value of RBCs in usually man in 4.5 to 6.0 millions per cubic millimeter, or few variations can also occurs in women. Usually blood RBCs are less than men, usually 4.0 to 5.5 millions per cubic millimeter, and at the time of birth, usually 4.0 to 6.0 million per cubic millimeter. Erythrocytes are present usually in the blood. So, what is the actually clinical significance of RBCs? You have already studied that deficiency of RBCs or hemoglobin in RBCs, or decreased count of PCV, packed cell volume, is actually anemia. So this is actually anemic condition. And the another thing is increased RBCs above normal value is known as polycythemia. So polycythemia is actually increase in number of RBCs. So there are certain other conditions which can cause anemia, which can cause polycythemia. But basically there are two major conditions, and they are and which anemia and polycythemia are major two conditions which are associated with the deficiency and the excess of the RBCs in the blood.